Hello, fellow nerds. I'm Josh.
And I'm Joseph.
And we are N.E.R.D. Now, today we wanted to try something new and a little different. We wanted to discuss and debate who we think would win in a fight with a bunch of different characters from different franchises. Now, since there are only two of us, that wouldn't really work because we'd come into a bunch of tiebreakers and, we'd constantly debate. And of course, I'm hard-headed and he's hard-headed, so neither of us would give up. Right, Joseph?
What'd you say to me?
I said you're hard-headed.
Name one time.
I can name plenty before this video, about the list in this video, about every other video. Constantly hard-headed.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I am a baby. Yeah.
He's a big baby. He's got the head for it. Anyways, so we can't debate this by ourselves because if we did, like I said, we'd be here forever. So today we have our good friend Stubby, who is joining us to be a tiebreaker in the event that we can't shut up.
Let's bring him in now. Stubby!
Stubby!
How y'all doing today?
Doing good. Thank you for being on our show.
Yeah, sure.
You want to go ahead and introduce yourself, Stubby?
So everyone calls me Stubby, but my actual first name is Malachi. So,
Oh my God.
Stubby kind of sticks. I mean, I'm also a nerd, actually, specifically with Star Wars. I probably know a little bit more about Star Wars than, the normal person should know.
Nothing wrong with
Also
that.
Marvel. Yeah, so also Marvel, but, just not as big as Star Wars. I also follow, obviously, big time Godzilla fan. Follow the gaming franchise of Halo. I played it since I was little, and the story just stuck to me, so I followed that a bunch too. But my main thing is Star Wars, so I'm really big into that.
Nice.
Fair enough. Star
Good
Wars
man.
Star Wars is great. Yeah, totally.
F off, Josh.
I haven't
Scum
seen
of the
Star
earth.
Wars.
So since our guest is a huge Star Wars fan, which by the way, hey, that's awesome. Our trivia question of the day is going to be a Star Wars related question, and that is, what is the name of Darth Vader's starfighter?
Yeah, I totally know the answer to this. Yeah.
Oh no.
I really should have looked at my options when I picked a co-host.
Okay, go, bitch, go.
I know. I should have picked another one.
God.
That wasn't an uncultured swine.
Hey man. We all have our strong points.
Wow, we're already getting heated, and the debate hasn't even
Dude,
started
the movies are just so
Have you seen our
long.
videos?
yet.
So I took the liberty of making a characterized wheel that Josh had made a list for. So whenever Josh picked this list, he made it specific that we wouldn't want many OP people like super strength or healing powers, or if they got nuked and they still alive. Like obviously that's very debatable when they like with hand-to-hand combat. So we try to keep the OP people out of it just so we can have
Right.
more fun to like discuss between person that could die and a person that could die, maybe a little bit harder to kill, but anyway, we do have multiple franchises because this whole segment thing is called Franchise Showdown. Josh, you're supposed to say that in the beginning.
Oh, okay.
No.
Say it
shut
in the
up,
beginning.
shut up,
You didn't tell me to say it in the beginning.
You are this close to becoming like taking the co-host away from their title from We Are Nerds, sir. We'll talk later. We'll talk
Well,
tomorrow.
I never.
So we're going to go ahead and do the spinning of the randomizing wheel. So let's go ahead and get to it.
Spin that wheel. I still like
Let's
that.
do it.
Shut up, Josh. Yeah, Stubby, let's do this.
I hate this.
All right. So we just got different people from different franchises, not super OP people, some that could die, that will
Yeah.
die.
I think all these people will die.
Yeah.
All right. Let's spin the wheel somehow.
Spin that wheel.
Oh, damn it.
Shut up, Josh. Oh my gosh, you already got a good one.
Up.
Aang.
Awesome. So Aang.
Aang from the Avatar, The Last Airbender. Let's go ahead and go to our next person. That will be going against Aang.
It's gonna be Spawn.
Oh, dude, tough.
Ash with Poke Oh, whoa! It's right in the middle.
Oh,
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 Green Arrow.
oh, Green Arrow.
Arrow.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Oh.
So how the would this work?
So let's be real here, guys. Green Arrow is literally a guy with a bow and arrow. Okay. Now, granted,
Don't
that
just put
being
a Green Arrow. You. Big...
okay. Okay. To be fair,
To be fair.
the Green Arrow
Hang on,
is
hang
really.
on, Stubby, you're supposed to.
Yeah,
do
you're
that
supposed to
with
say
us.
to be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair.
Okay.
To be fair, the Green Arrow is very skilled in his tactics. You know, he has something in his quiver for every situation. He can swing, he has stuff to blow up, he has an acid one to melt stuff away. He's completely talented and completely skillful. But Aang can literally bend the elements, okay? He can shoot fire. He can, bend rock. He controls water. He can control air. Like, literally, he could take the air out of the Green Arrow's, lungs before he can even get near him. Not to mention, when he's in the Avatar state, he's realistically unstoppable because he's using every single element at once. Okay? Now, that's not to say he doesn't have his weaknesses because he did get shot by Azula's lightning and did get taken down at that point and had to be revived. But that being said, I don't think that the Green Arrow has the ability to, take down Aang with lightning. So personally, I think Aang wins this one, hands down.
I'm probably gonna have to agree with Josh on that one. I think the Green Arrow won't get Aang. All Aang has to do is literally, throw rocks to shield himself from the arrows. I don't want to say it's a toss away. I still think it would be a pretty good match, but I just don't think that Green Arrow would take Aang. I think that Aang would win at the end of the day.
And realistically, there was one portion where Aang literally, or I don't know if it was Aang or if it was Toph. I think it was probably Toph, but she wrapped herself in rocks, and she made like rock armor going against the enemy. And unfortunately, I don't think Green Arrow has a lot of stuff to deal with that. Not to mention the fact that he has like a certain amount of arrows in his quiver, right? And I guarantee you it's probably going to take more than 1 or 2 arrows to take out Aang. But that's just my opinion personally.
I must say I'm a little disappointed that Green Arrow isn't getting a lot of love. Because let me say this. Y'all pretty much made all the points on how Aang can win. But you never really made any points on how Green Arrow could win as well. Yes, he has bow and arrows versus a guy that can literally bend all 4 elements. But at the same time, Green Arrow has faced superhero metahumans. I mean, and y'all talk about like him bending the elements. He's not just gonna stand there and just like try to get a good shot just standing in one spot. He's gonna move around. Toph running with him like with the rocks, jump over, use a bomb arrow on his ass. Just because you can bend the elements versus a guy that can't doesn't mean that he's indestructible. He did get shot by lightning. He does get hit by explosives and any other stuff. And Aang, I'm not gonna lie, guys, he's a little bitch. Okay, he likes to run away. He's a little pacifist, little motherfucker, right? And then Green Arrow would not be afraid to kill a bitch.
To be fair, I think Green Arrow's preparation. To be fair, Stubby, that's your cue. There you go. Okay. To be fair, I think Green Arrow has a lot of preparation skills, and I think he's definitely better at preparing for a fight than Aang by far. And I think that's the only edge I give Green Arrow in this fight. And I guess experience as well, because I feel like Green Arrow's been in countless fights, whereas, Aang's realistically hasn't been in very many other than with other benders. So
I mean,
I'll give you that point.
Weather Wizard. I know that's more of a Flash, but it's DC. I mean, I'm pretty sure Green Arrow, if he had the will to do it, he could, find a way to fight wind, move away from puddles of water. Okay, obviously Aang would win. I was just trying to get a reasonable
debate going.
Like a reasonable debate. I mean, realistically, I feel like Green Arrow, like if Josh said, if he had the preparation, I feel like he could at least disable him. Most likely, and then
maybe
like ease him into the avatar state. Just ease him into the avatar state. Just end the avatar cycle right there.
Huh.
That was
so then. so then, Joseph, who are you giving the win to?
I'm gonna give it to Aang because the chances of Green Arrow actually winning that fight is really low, but not zero.
Okay. I would also give it to Aang, just because
I
I
feel like
think
that was a really bad start.
yeah,
That's a
I feel like it
really
was
bad
yeah.
start.
I feel like Aang would just destroy Green Arrow personally. Like I personally chose Aang too. I think Aang is just overpowered in comparison to Green Arrow. It's like
Okay.
a
Yeah.
god, a sort of god against a human.
Eh,
He's kind of a sort of
God.
god because he kind of has like Batu or the other spirit. I don't remember what it is with him technically. So that's how he kind of controls all four elements. So
But this isn't it.
yeah, I guess. But anyway,
Stubby.
Stubby, who do you think wins this?
I'd have to go to Aang. There's no way someone who can control all four elements against someone. I'm not dissing Green Arrow, but for someone who just has a bow and arrow going against all
He's
four
more
elements,
than a bow and arrow. Someone with a bow and arrow with a good heart.
I was gonna say with a
good heart,
passion.
you could do
So-
anything.
So he's gonna lose with his good heart. Great, awesome.
Yes, yes.
Perfect.
But I still think it would be a pretty. I still think it'd be an ass whooping, but I still think that Green Arrow would put a pretty good fight against it. Aang.
I agree with you, Stubby. And Josh, Green Arrow gang for life, son. Get mollywopped on these streets. I don't know. Not about that life.
All right. So second fight now.
Next.
To the wheel.
To the wheel.
God, you see
Yes.
how close it would have been to Ash with the Pokemon? I
think
really
that-
hope I really hope we don't get Ash because I feel like that's gonna be the stupidest debate.
No, it is not. It's gonna be his 3 strongest Pokemon.
It's stupid.
Oof.
Oof.
Oh,
Oh.
that
Oh.
would have been interesting.
Cyclops.
Cyclops. Okay. Okay.
Cyclops and I should add a drum roll to this.
I can't see your wheel. Oh wait, there we go. Now I can. I had the full screen.
Green Arrow. Oh, Mandalorian.
Okay. Okay.
Mandalorian. Okay, I know a little bit about this one.
Cyclops and Mandalorian.
Cyclops and Mandalorian. Okay.
Man, finally a good one.
This is a really good one, actually.
I feel like there's gonna be a lot of bias in this one.
Yeah, probably. Okay, so Cyclops pretty much just shoots lasers out his eyes. And so the Mandalorian, he has the Mandalorian armor that literally deflects the blaster bolts that get
Beskar.
shot at him. The Beskar armor. So he has that. He has his flamethrower for his wrist. He has that cord that he could shoot out of his other wrist and ties them up and lassos them. He has those tiny he has the tiny rockets, the concussion missiles that are on his wrist and his gauntlet. He has a jetpack. I really want to give it to the Mandalorian. I think the Mandalorian would take Cyclops, but I think it would be a really, really, really good fight. Don't get me wrong, but I just think that the Beskar armor that the Mandalorian has is going to be in his favor, and I really don't think it's gonna go through. Cyclops' lasers are going to go through Mandalorian's armor.
Go
Okay.
ahead, Josh.
Okay, to be fair.
To
Okay.
be fair.
To be fair,
There we go. To be fair, Cyclops is a steady stream of like laser beam. It's not just one shot bounce off. It's constantly going at you. So I think personally, if Cyclops was to, hit the Mandalorian with his stream for even more than 1 second, that's it. It's going through the Mandalorian's armor. I don't think it was meant to propel something like that away consistently. Like maybe 1 or 2 shots, fine. Because if it was something like that, everybody would have it, right? I feel like everybody would have that kind of armor and nobody would die. Personally,
Hang
that's
on
what
a
I think.
second. Hang on. I gotta interrupt. The whole point of everybody wanting the Beskar is because of how rare it is. So
Okay.
it's not gonna be like plastic where you could just get it off the street.
Okay, but still, even that being said, I still feel like a steady stream would go right through it. Personally, I think Cyclops'
stream?
strategic ability.
A stream.
Yes, a stream. It is a constant stream of laser beam. That's what's going on. Okay, that's going to
How
melt.
about you say
He's
a
literally-
steady beam? A stream makes it seem like it's made out of water.
Okay. Stream beam, whatever. String beam. Anyway.
Stupid.
Anyway, but a steady beam of laser going straight to this person? No, I don't think the Mandalorian lives personally. I think the Mandalorian loses, not to mention the fact that he has that strategic ability with being with the X-Men. I've seen him, he's gone through what? He's melted through planes, through metal, through a bunch of different surfaces. He's melted through a house. Like, listen, I think the Mandalorian is strong, and I think it would be a very good fight, but I definitely think Cyclops wins this personally.
I was gonna say, to be fair, even though that Cyclops could melt through like an airplane, houses, cars, whatever, that's not Pescar armor.
It's made out of bitch metal.
And that's not bulletproof like, the Mandalorian's armor is. And then, by the way, don't forget that he does have those concussion missiles that would throw Cyclops out of balance. And then and then the Mandalorian literally has, I don't even know I forgot what that rifle's called. If he shoots Cyclops with that rifle that the Mandalorian has, there will be nothing left of him. He literally just, his body, his entire being just vanishes and nothing's left but a pile of clothes.
Right, and fair. But what I think is, I think it really comes down to who gets to jump on who first. Because in all honesty, if Cyclops gets hit by pretty much anything by the Mandalorian, he's done. Okay? Because he doesn't have this armor. He doesn't have a really protective skin. But what Cyclops can also do is he can decide how much power goes out of his laser. You know what I mean? So he can make it to a small beam. He can make it as powerful as he can where it breaks his goggles. Like, it's not just one steady stream like that. He can make it as strong as he wants. Stream. It's a stream beam. I don't know, okay?
I'm correcting you.
The point of the matter is, like, he could make it so strong that he envelops the whole Mandalorian's body, okay? Literally. So I think it really comes down to who gets the first jump, and I think with Cyclops' strategic ability, based on the fact that he leads a team, I think he wins. I really do. I think Cyclops gets the jump and beats the Mandalorian.
Ooh, it's down to me, isn't it? Ooh.
It is down to you, Joseph.
I'm actually glad I'm last because I love to see both sides of every story. So I'm going to have to agree with both of you. Let me be more specific. Y'all look a little confused. So, Josh, I understand with the steady beam of laser that is going at Mandalorian with Beskar armor. I don't know if you watched the show like me and Stubby here.
I might not have watched it as
closely
as you.
Yeah, the beam will be intense, but the whole point of the Beskar is for it not to penetrate. So yeah, it's not gonna go through him, but it can push him. Like, it'll definitely push him and knock him off balance for sure. However,
it'll hurt him.
As Mandalorian being raised by Mandalorians, being taught by warrior top killers. I don't know if you watched the show. Everybody knows what the fuck a Mandalorian is. You don't get that title without knowing who you're with. Okay. When was the last time you heard, oh my God, Cyclops is here? Has anyone ever said that? I don't think so. Mandalorian comes up. It doesn't matter which Mandalorian. It can be the weakest chain of the Mandalorian. You know you're gonna get okay. Now with Cyclops, I'm not doubting his abilities as a mutant, but as a leader, I mean, can't even control his own girlfriend that's going after Wolverine. So,
that's a low blow. That's a low blow. Come on, man. Keep it above the belt. Keep it above the belt.
I'm just bringing up the facts. But Mandalorian, you say whoever gets the drop first. Mandalorians are killers. They are trained to kill and to just like up shit pretty much, and they are warriors. I mean, there is no situation where he's going to be the last to attack unless he is strategic and he's like, you know what? I'm going to let this bitch attack first so I know how I'm going to take him down. So I agree with Stubby and Josh. Mandalorian is going to win, but it will not be it'll be a short fight. It's not going to be as long as y'all think it will be, but
no, I didn't think it was going to be long at all, to be honest.
I said it's literally whoever gets the drop on the other one
okay,
first.
Well, there's going to be 3 hits. Mandalorian hits Cyclops, 2 Cyclops hits the floor, 3 of the ambulance hit 60. God, we love Letterkenny. So pretty much, yes, I really think Mandalorian, and I'm speaking because I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little biased. I grew up with X-Men, and I slowly started to lose some respect for Cyclops throughout the years.
Mhm.
And Mandalorian, like I said, he's too much of a warrior. He didn't go through all that trouble to get that armor if he could just get it out anywhere. The whole point of him making a suit is because of how rare one thing of armor is. It's a whole suit.
That's fair. That's fair.
So that's what I'm saying. Like the armor is definitely in the Mandalorian's, perk. He's a warrior. Cyclops, all he has is a heating beam, but he's still human. That doesn't have as much armor as Mandalorian does. Mandalorian's human or a humanoid too. But he has really good armor versus someone that doesn't.
Well, so I guess that settles it. The Mandalorian wins this fight.
Yes.
Terrible. Whatever.
My boy Mando.
Biased.
Do me a favor and put your left fist in the air.
Mine or Josh?
Yeah, no, you, Stubby. All the way up. All the way. All the way. All the way. There we go. Oh no, wait, no, just have the fist at the end like me. Bam.
Right there.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's knuckle myself, Okay.
All right. So
To the wheel.
Wheel of Names. This is really cool. Go to Josh, please. Yes.
Oh,
Oh yes. 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 Okay. Perfect.
Nice.
I finally get to show my combat prowess. Let's do this.
It's gonna be just as good as your speech. Well, looks like Josh will be having his hands full on the next episode. But who would Josh be killed by? Battling with?
What I have are a certain set of skills. Okay?
Will Stubby ever finally come to a place to sit? Will Joseph ever stop stuttering? As strategic for him to beat the character, to beat the villain, that's the combo that you don't want.
Oh yeah.
They're the LeBron James and Anthony Davis of duos right there. Find out next time on
Franchise